What if the chemistry we thought was just acting was never acting at all? When behind-the-scenes clips of Hee-yu and Esther Yu started resurfacing, fans didn't just see co-stars, they saw lingering glances, soft smiles, and moments that felt too real to be scripted. Now, a collection of their most intimate on-camera interactions is going viral, and it's shaking the fandom to its core. It started quietly, a slowed-down clip on Weibo, a TikTok edit with millions of views. Then suddenly, the hashtag pairing Hee-yu and Esther Yu began trending across international fan communities. And when you actually watch the footage closely, you understand why. We're not talking about dramatic kiss scenes or over-the-top romantic confessions. We're talking about the subtle things. The way Hee-yu instinctively adjusts Esther Yu's mic pack during filming, his fingers lingering just a second longer than necessary. The way Esther looks at him when the director yells "cut," not as her character, but as herself. On the set of their hit C-drama, fans were already obsessed with their electric chemistry. Their scenes felt raw, almost dangerously convincing. But now, with these newly compiled intimate moments circulating online, viewers are dissecting everything frame by frame. There's one clip in particular that fans can't stop replaying. Between takes, Esther Yu laughs at something off camera, and Hee-yu doesn't laugh with everyone else. He watches her, softly, completely, as if the rest of the world has blurred out. That gaze, it wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't for the script, it felt personal. And the fandom noticed. Comments flooded in. "This isn't acting. Tell me I'm not delusional. The way he looks at her is insane." Across platforms, international fans, especially young women who live for slow-burn romance, began connecting dots that maybe were never meant to be connected. But here's where things get even more interesting. Because this wasn't a one-time moment. It was a pattern. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Which brings us to the second wave of clips that made this story impossible to ignore. As more behind-the-scenes footage surfaced, fans began creating side-by-side comparisons. Scripted scenes versus off-camera interactions. And strangely, the off-camera ones sometimes felt even more intimate. In one video, during a rehearsal break, Esther Yu leans slightly toward Hee-yu while listening to staff instructions. It's subtle, almost invisible unless you're looking for it. But he mirrors her body language instinctively. When she shifts, he shifts. When she smiles, he smiles. It's that unconscious synchronization that relationship experts always talk about. And then there's the hand moment. After wrapping a particularly emotional scene, Esther appears overwhelmed. Before anyone else moves, Hee-yu reaches out, gently squeezing her hand as if grounding her. No cameras were meant to focus on that. Yet there it was, captured, shared, analyzed millions of times. Fans of Esther Yu who adore her bright, bubbly energy from previous projects began noticing how different her aura feels around Hee-yu. Softer, calmer, almost shy. Meanwhile, Hee-yu, known for his composed and slightly reserved image, seems visibly warmer when she's near. The edits became cinematic, slow motion, background music from their OST, heartbeat sound effects. And with each viral post, the narrative grew stronger. This doesn't look like PR. This doesn't feel forced. Of course, neither Hee-yu nor Esther Yu has confirmed anything beyond being professional co-stars. They've maintained that respectful boundary in interviews, keeping their answers light and playful. But even during press conferences, the tension is undeniable. When asked about their chemistry, Esther once laughed and said, "We just trust each other." And the way Hee-yu looked at her when she said that, fans are still talking about it. Trust. That word alone sparked theories. Because trust is the foundation of something deeper. And just when the fandom thought they had seen everything, one final compilation changed the tone entirely. This time, it wasn't about grand gestures. It was about silence. A backstage clip showed them sitting side by side before filming a late-night scene. No script in hand, no exaggerated expressions, just quiet. Esther leaned her head back, closing her eyes for a second. Hee-yu glanced at her, checking if she was tired, then subtly moved closer, almost protective in posture. No one said anything, but the energy said everything. Fans described it as domestic, as if they were already comfortable in each other's presence beyond the spotlight. And in an industry where relationships are often strategic or carefully hidden, authenticity hits differently. International viewers, especially those who grew up on K-drama slow burns and C-drama destiny tropes, can't help but romanticize these moments. It feels like watching fiction bleed into reality. But here's the truth. Whether this is love, deep friendship, or simply two actors fully immersed in their craft, what we are witnessing is connection. Real connection. And that's rare, which is why this collection of intimate moments feels less like gossip and more like a love story unfolding in fragments. And that brings us to what this really means for fans around the world. In the end, maybe the reason these clips hit so hard isn't because we want confirmation. It's because we crave authenticity. In a world of curated images and scripted narratives, seeing two people share unguarded, almost tender interactions feels powerful. Hee-yu and Esther Yu may never label what they have. They may continue smiling politely through interviews, keeping their private lives sacred. And maybe that's exactly how it should be. But those captured glances, those instinctive touches, those quiet protective gestures, they've already written a story in the hearts of millions. For fans who believe in timing, fate, and chemistry that transcends the screen, this feels like something special. Not loud, not dramatic, just quietly intense. And sometimes the quietest moments are the ones that scream the loudest. If you felt that tension too, tell me which moment made your heart skip. Was it the hand squeeze, the backstage silence, or that unforgettable gaze? Drop your thoughts below. Let's decode this story together. And if you believe some chemistry can't be faked, don't forget to stay tuned, because this might just be the beginning.